Hello, Libras, and welcome to this your early to mid-July reading and predictions. To those of you who are returning, a very warm welcome for your return. And for those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, everyone. My name is Marnie. I'm known as the Intuitive Butterfly, and I'm coming to you this month from beautiful Athabasca, Alberta, although I am forced to record inside because we are facing down a number of thunderstorms today. Also wanted to point out that as I'm recording this video here at the very end of June, with the intention of covering the time period between July 1st and July 15th, we are headed directly towards a full moon on July the 3rd. And that moon is also known as a thunderstorm moon. Some people refer to it as the full buck moon, and others refer to it as the thunderstorm moon. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let's get started. Let's first of all pull some cards. We're going to pull cards for 6 different areas of your life. There we go. We've got one out already. I do leave all of the cards sitting face down until I'm actually ready to read them during the rest of your reading as we move through this. So this reading is intended for anybody born under the sign of Libra, as well as anyone who has Libra elsewhere in their charts. Okay, so we do just have one card that's come out for you. I'm going to just put that there. Okay. Next card that we're going to pull for you is what you are focusing on. What are you concentrating on for July 1st through the 15th? For those of you who are in Canada, a very happy Canada Day to each of you. For those of you who are in the United States, coming up on July the 4th, welcome, and a very warm celebration to you guys as you celebrate the birth of your country as well. It's very interesting that both countries very close. Some of our traditions are the same, but it's interesting that both countries, Canada and the US, have their dates of confederation very close to the beginning of July as well. Okay, so Libra, we have 2 cards out for what you are focusing on. All right, where are we going next? The next cards that we're going to pull are going to be cards of your difficult influences. I am looking down over here because the table that I'm using is quite small, so I have my cards spread out off to my side here. Which deck is calling me for your difficult influences? All right, the old standby of the traditional tarot. Difficult influences for Libra for the first half of July, please. Oh, there we go. All right, so we have one card that flipped out over here, another one that has flipped out here, but we also have a card that has decided to not go back into the rest of the deck. So we will pull that one as well. Okay. The next card that we're going to pull for you is messages you need to hear at this time. Now, I used to call this card the card that just makes sense. I've changed the name because I changed the deck that I'm going to use for this, but essentially it's the same intention behind this card. And it is something that makes sense and something that helps to tie it together and something that you need to hear at this time, Libra. Okay. Whoa. Yes, there's a lot that you need to hear at this time because we've got 3 cards that have jumped out for you. Okay. The next cards that we're going to pull are going to be your cards of unexpected. What is unexpected for the Libras coming up in early to mid-July? Where are we going? Over here. Okay. Unexpected for the Libras. There's one. That one didn't come all the way out. It fell back on the rest of the deck. Unexpected. Is there anything else that is unexpected for the Libras? Whoops. Okay, that one's all the way down on the floor. Bend down and get that one. Okay, so we've got 3 cards out for you. Oh, that was a long way down. I did go kayaking yesterday and I am paying the price in a big way today. Okay. Cards of your general overall outcome. I think we're going to be pulling cards from at least 2 different decks for your general overall outcome. I did see the backside of 2 different decks for this particular portion of your reading. All right, general overall outcome for the Libras. Where are the Libras projected or predicted to be at the middle of July? Nope. Right, one more time. There we go. All right, anything else for the Libras for the general overall outcome from this deck? No. Okay, and I am getting called to pull one more card for you for your general overall outcome from another deck here. General overall outcome for the Libras for mid-July. Please and thank you. There we go. Anything else? 2 cards. Okay. I think I've got one card that decided to flip over here. Okay. All right, so let's get started on your reading. Libras. The very first card is a card of where you are at now. This card was pulled with the intention of taking a quick peek at where you're at here as I sit and record this video for you at the end of June. Have patience and don't worry. This is a card of reflection. It is the 7 of Autumn, also known as the 7 of Pentacles. And you'll notice that the fairy sitting on this card is sitting on top of a pumpkin, calmly eating an apple and just reflecting on life in general. I do recall that very recently, which reading was it for you, Libra? I'm not sure if it was the end of May or the beginning of June. You had 3 tower cards come out during your reading. So I really sense that you were going through a huge change and a shift in your life. And so this is actually a really nice card to start out your reading here for July. It means that things have kind of backed off a little bit for you. Things are less intense. Now, I do recognize that for you, Libra, you like to go in and out of this intensity. For whatever reason, you were born under this sign with the intention of having these moments of calm and then having these moments that are really, really intense. And it's the image that I'm getting in my mind for you right now is an image of a calm lake where somebody creates a ripple and the ripple just calmly goes across the entire lake. And where there's ups and there's downs and there's ups and there's downs. And I just feel like that's what you were born into and what you actually thrive upon. You know, you like to have these times where you're calm and you have patience and you're not worrying about things and you just sit back and you actually, you know, Libra, at times you actually drive the people around you crazy when you get into these states because you are so calm and so relaxed and other people's lives are progressing and you're just like, yeah, whatever. But then a couple of weeks later, you will go back into your intense phase and, you know, people will be like, wow, what happened with them? And that's just who you are. So yeah, at this point in time here at the end of June and going into early July, definitely fully embrace this time to rest, but also take this opportunity with this Seven of Autumn to be planning your next steps, and in particular, planning your next steps regarding your finances. Okay, let's have a look at what you are focusing on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, Libra. So you are focusing on your consciousness. This card corresponds to the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot. And this is a card of new beginnings, but new beginnings from a very mental place. Don't take that the wrong way, but from a place of the mind wherein you are making decisions with this and not necessarily from the heart and from the emotions, but it is a place of new beginnings. That plays very well into and corresponds very well with this Seven of Autumn, where you're being asked to sit back on your pumpkin and chill out, eat an apple, and think about and plan your next steps. And being who you are, Libra, you're going to be planning those next steps for a new beginning from the mind and not necessarily from a place of emotion, which is perfect given that the Seven of Pentacles represents more of real life, tangible money and job. Okay. The other card that you have here is the Nine of Rainbows. Now, this card corresponds to the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. And what this card is telling me is that as you are planning something new here, Libra, I do want to say that you're probably going to be wanting to look to birth a new idea or bring about a new idea come mid-July and going into later on in July. What this card is telling me is that whatever you are bringing to mind, whatever you are trying to begin with this ace, the timing is ripe for you. Okay, so it is a good time for you to be sitting back, mentally planning things out, organizing, and I really have this sense right now, Libra, that you are in a place of regrouping and beginning to organize things. Okay. Let's have a look at what your difficult influences are. Okay, you've got the King of Cups in reverse. You've got the Five of Swords, and you've got the Strength card. Interesting. Okay, King of Cups in reverse is a card of endings, and in particular, endings of romantic relationships. I'm sorry, there is a bit of a reflection on there for you. The King of Cups would normally represent taking your relationship to the next level and being in a really positive place. But right now, it would appear as though that there may be an ending to a relationship. And given that you have the Seven of Autumn coming up and you have the Nine of Rainbows, also known as Pentacles. This card, as I mentioned previously, is also a pentacle. It may be that the King of Cups in reverse is indicating the ending or the termination of a relationship specifically related to money or career. At this time, that may appear to be very difficult for you. However, the fact that you have the Five of Swords right next to it, it is indicating that perhaps the relationship needs to end in order for you to be able to move forward. This Five of Swords indicates the parting of ways of a number of parties, and it also indicates that although the process is uncomfortable, it is positive for you because perhaps somebody wasn't being as honest or forthcoming with information for you that you needed at the time. The other card that you have here in your difficult influences is the Strength card. And the Strength card in your difficult influences, definitely, if you're going through the ending of some kind of a relationship, specifically because it appears as though, sorry, my light is being very annoying, specifically as though it appears that, someone may not have been being as honest as they could have been. This may affect your self-esteem and so on. And yet there's a new beginning reflected here, and there's a ripeness here that's indicated that there's great positivity that's going to come out of this little bit of difficult times. And the fact that you have the strength card in your difficult influences is indicating you have the strength, Libra, in order to be able to get through this and actually blossom and grow from this experience that you're currently having, the ending of a relationship. Like I said, I'm more sensing that it's the ending of a professional relationship as opposed to a romantic relationship. Although I am picking up that for between 5 and 7% of you, it is going to be the ending of a romantic relationship. And that's okay, because I'm really feeling that as you overcome this, there is an internal strength that's going to come up for you that's really, really beautiful. You just have to listen to that whispering from within. So messages that you need to hear at this time. Your thoughts create your reality. Is that an important message for you right now, Libra? It is, absolutely. So as I mentioned, the 7 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords indicates really, really good things coming into you. A ripeness is coming into your life. There's a readiness coming in, and you are mentally preparing for what's coming in. And yet you do still have some difficulties coming up. But if you concentrate and lean into these difficulties, you're going to exacerbate them and blow them out of proportion in your life. Your thoughts create your reality. So instead of allowing that to happen, concentrate instead on the 7 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords, and the positivity that's out there, rather than concentrating on this other stuff. The other stuff is just going to happen. Let it happen. Bless it with forgiveness and walk away. Your thoughts create your reality. So be careful what you're concentrating on. Your beliefs are right for you. Very, very important message for you, especially when the 5 of Swords appears. The 5 of Swords is a difficult card to begin with. And then having the 5 of Swords appear in your difficult influences, it's a little bit of sort of a bit of a double reinforcement there, that there is a little bit of a hiccup coming up in your life. But this card is saying to you, your beliefs are right for you, which means stick to your guns, right? If in fact this 5 of Swords is representing that there is something that needs to be walked away from, a relationship that needs to be walked away of, particularly because someone hasn't been as honest as they could have been, it's because you are really leaning into your beliefs and your morals, Libra. So good on you. And the final card that you have in messages that you need to hear right now is forgive yourself. And it's interesting that before I even turned these cards over, I had mentioned, Libra, that there is an aspect of forgive and move on. And I had mentioned that before, while I was still talking about these cards here and your difficult influences, that there is this necessity, and I was really sensing this necessity on your part to be able to forgive and move on. And that is going to create this beautiful new growth that's indicated here for you. Let's have a look at your unexpected. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so in your unexpected, you've got the Star. The Star is considered one of the very happy cards in the deck. I do want to point out that the Star is also Aquarius's card. So Libra, watch for an Aquarius that may be coming in to help you or assist you at this time. This is a card of look to the future with optimism. Well, you have two other cards here that indicate that you need to look to the future with optimism. Your thoughts create your reality, and your beliefs are right for you. And the star is all about that. So is this card unexpected here? Well, not really, but it's still nice to have that reminder and that reinforcement that there are good things coming for you at this time, Libra. But again, forgiveness is going to be a big part of you being able to move forward with this star here. You have the 20 card. This is the renewal card. This is the card of ending a chapter, ending something. We kind of already realized that that was happening here with this King of Cups in reverse. But the other thing is that when this 20 card comes up, it's a time for reflection on what went wrong and why there's a change or a shift happening, including the ending of a relationship, be that a romantic relationship or a business relationship. And when we have the opportunity to be able to reflect on what's just happened, we can learn the lessons from that, and then we can move forward from that. And that is indicated by your very next card, which is the Ace of Spring, also known as the Ace of Wands. And it's interesting that you have the Ace of Cups over here, or sorry, the Ace of Swords over here, which is a card of new beginnings from that brain mental standpoint, right? Like you're making decisions from this part, and it's very logistical and linear. And then you've got this Ace of Spring coming up in your unexpected, and the Ace of Spring or Ace of Wands is all about taking action on this Ace of Swords that you had coming up. So, and the fact that you've got the Star and the Renewal card, along with this ace in your unexpected influences, is a beautiful indication, Libra, that there is something new. It's brewing, it's bubbling below the surface, and chances are by mid to late July. I want to say mid to late July. I don't think it's going to truly manifest for you by the 15th of July, but probably the number that's coming to mind is the 21st. So watch for something to really, really begin to manifest, to gel, to come into the physical reality in the 3D by sort of mid to late July for you, Libra. But you're going to have to be taking action on it as well. The Ace of Wands is about taking action. The Ace of Swords is about mental preparation for it and planning. And the Ace of Swords is beginning to take action on whatever it is in order to bring it into the physical world. We're going to have a look at your final few cards here. Yeah. So, like I said, you're going to be bringing something into physical manifestation, into earth and home, sometime after the middle of July. You've got the intensity card. And remember what I said, I do not turn the cards over until I'm actually ready to read them, Libra. And right back at the very, very beginning of your reading with this 7 of Autumn, and keeping in mind that you did have 3 towers come up in your reading a couple 2 or 3 readings ago, I said that you have this intensity and you go in and out of this intensity. It's like, I don't know, it's like a soul calling for you to have these ups and downs. And now you've got the intensity card coming in again, indicating that when this Ace of Spring and Star and Renewal begin to truly manifest for you, when you get rid of a relationship that no longer serves your highest good, be that a romantic relationship or a business relationship, there's going to be an intensity that's going to come in for you by the middle of July, bringing with it this ability to manifest into the physical world and possibilities. This card corresponds to the 2 of Wands in the traditional tarot. You are going to have the ability and capacity to see things from a higher perspective. That is an eagle up there on the top of that card. And it is going to bring up possibilities and new opportunities for you. Having said that, Libra, it is also going to present you with a choice. Being that this is a 2, there will be a duality that's going to be coming in for you, a choice coming in for you by the middle of July, but so many opportunities and possibilities coming up for you for the summer months. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. If this resonated with you, kindly consider giving this channel a like. And I am also available for private readings. If you are interested, contact details are down below. Thank you again, Libra, and I look forward to seeing you in the middle of July.